Hello and thank you for joining us. My name is John Kingston, General Manager of Corporate Communications for Honda Motor Europe, and I'm delighted to present to you the all-new Jazz e-HEV. Before we delve into the product details of our latest launch, I'll start with a little context. As we all know, the automotive industry is changing faster than at any time in its history, with a convergence of trends and developments shaping the face of the sector beyond all recognition. Environmental issues are driving demand for cleaner mobility. Technology continues to develop at a startling pace, and the relationship between customers and their cars is changing as they seek increased connectivity between the car and their everyday electronic devices. This shift is happening at an unrelenting pace, further magnified here in Europe by a regulatory agenda which is accelerating the move to low and zero emission technologies faster than anywhere else in the world. This is presenting an unprecedented challenge to the automotive industry. While our focus here today is on the new Jazz, this car is part of a wider transition for Honda. In 2016, Honda outlined its future direction for the business with the 2030 vision, highlighting the company's commitment to creating new value for customers with a focus on the three key areas of mobility, robotics, and energy solutions. This vision saw Honda make a strong commitment to electrification, with the pledge that 2/3 of its global automobile sales would feature some form of electrified technology by 2030. In October last year, we announced a further acceleration of our electrification plans for the European region. We made the commitment that all of Honda's core models in Europe will be electrified by the end of 2022. In order to do so, we will introduce 6 electrified models to our European range by the end of next year. The first of these 6 new models is the Honda E, which we launched to media back in February. We now move to the second, the all-new Jazz e-HEV hybrid. Supporting this transition, every next-generation electrified product will come under the collective name of Honda e-Technology. Hybrid products, such as Jazz, will be named e-HEV, standing for Hybrid Electric Vehicle. We expect Jazz to have a significant impact on reducing our average fleet CO2 emissions through this year. The car also delivers what you can expect to see from Honda automobiles in the future: a new design direction, with a focus on connectivity, technology, and new levels of comfort, and of course, Honda's trademark driving dynamics. So, to take a closer look at the all-new Jazz, let me now pass over to Nick Pearson, Head of European PR Communications for Automobile.
Hello, and let me add my welcome to that of John's. I will start this section by explaining the overall concept of the all-new Jazz. When starting the development, the team looked back to previous models of Jazz in order to reflect on its success and to identify what values and functions were appreciated by our customers. Before the launch of the first generation Jazz, Honda's small car was called the Logo. It provided what we call functional values like fuel efficiency and affordable price. However, there were still hidden needs from customers which went beyond the quality of small cars like this. Some of those more hidden values, like a fresh design and spaciousness, were satisfied with the first generation Jazz. Since that first generation, Honda has added further to the space and versatility of Jazz while adding more fuel-efficient powertrains. However, there were new hidden needs arising amongst small car customers, which were still not yet fulfilled. It was therefore important to identify those hidden needs and to introduce those added values with the all-new fourth generation Jazz. We wanted the new Jazz to continue to be a car that supported people's everyday life with its practicality and reliability. But we also wanted to add a further feeling of comfort and aesthetics, like a favourite item one uses every day. A Japanese proverb describing this feeling is called yo nu bi. Directly translated, it means the aesthetics of utility. We wanted the Jazz to provide a comfortable feel and to be practical at the same time. The lower part describes the fundamental attributes of the Jazz, the practical aspect, and the upper part describes the new additional comfortable experience. This idea is wrapped in a functional yet simple design, echoing the overall concept. To deliver this concept, the development team pinpointed 4 key areas to focus on for this all-new Jazz: amazing visibility, a comfortable ride, an engaging drive, and ease of use. I will now take you through the details of the all-new Jazz, describing design and packaging, HMI and connectivity, assistance and safety features, and finally the drivetrain and chassis. Let's start with design and packaging. A design expresses not only the look of an object, but also its function. This can be seen in the monoform design of all generations of the Jazz or the iconic silhouette of the famous motorcycle Honda Super Cub. Starting with this design direction as a base, we merged emotional aspects like a friendly and familiar appearance with a sense of security and reliability, and the ability to anticipate its dynamic performance from the looks. Here are initial sketches of both the standard and the Crosstar models, which show an exterior design that is still unmistakably Jazz, but with a modern, clean and minimalist feel.
Overall dimensions are 24mm lower and 16mm longer, with the same width as the outgoing Jazz.
The new Crosstar derivative has been designed to appeal to a more active customer and is slightly larger in all directions and is equipped with larger 16-inch wheels. In terms of versatility, the centre tank layout, a feature of Jazz since the first generation, allows it to maintain its versatile interior for large, long and tall items despite its compact exterior dimensions. Let's move to the interior. The concept of the interior is to provide a refreshing and comfortable space for everyday use with practical features and intuitive operation. Upon entering the car, the occupant is met with a horizontally oriented design with amazing visibility. Another thing you will notice on entering is a real step up in interior quality. Honda engineers and designers have delivered this through extensive use of premium soft-touch plastics and materials throughout. This quality extends to all touchpoints in the vehicle, including more premium seat upholstery and new tactile switchgear for intuitive operation. Now, let's focus in a little more detail on how the team have delivered against their aim of providing amazing visibility. This attribute is an area where the team have worked extensively, widening the forward view from 69 degrees in the outgoing model to 90 degrees on the new car. In order to realise this improvement, the design of the A-pillar was taken back to the drawing board. And now, where the collision load path is allocated to the rear pillar, it has enabled the front A-pillar to be less than half the original width. A visorless dash design featuring a simple meter display as well as hidden wipers enhance visibility and minimise driver distraction. Moving over to the second pillar, HMI and connectivity. The display of the infotainment screen has been inspired by a smartphone user interface where each functional cluster has been logically organised. There are physical controls allocated to audio operation as well as dedicated soft buttons for quick return to home or the previous page. Customizable shortcut keys for applications as well as simple and comprehensive switches prevent misoperation. Furthermore, to have accurate operation while driving, there is a finger rest in order to fix a stable reference point of the hand to prevent mistouch. All these improvement measures not only reduce the time spent to do a range of operations compared to the current model, but it also leads in comparison to premium European competitors. Now let's look at connectivity. Connectivity is now a core customer expectation and enables new features to deliver increased levels of convenience. we will now look at three of the newest connectivity features available in the all-new Jazz. Firstly, the Honda Personal Assistant. Premiered in the Honda E, it is an AI-powered voice recognition interface to initiate search functions, change sat-nav settings, place phone calls, and ask questions regarding vehicle information via the digital owner's manual. The key benefit of this feature over other voice recognition interfaces is its ability to recognize the context of commands given, providing a more conversational interaction between the car and its occupants. Secondly, the new My Honda Plus app allows owners to stay connected even when they're away from their vehicle. Functions available include remote lock and unlock function, sending points of interest from your smartphone to the navigation system, and a car locator. For added peace of mind, customers can add a geofence and set a specific radius, and the owner will be notified if the car leaves the defined area. Finally, all new Jazz can also be specified with a Wi-Fi hotspot to establish an in-car internet environment for connectivity for all passengers. The third pillar is assistance and safety. We will first look at the Honda Sensing suite of active safety technology available on the all-new Jazz. New Jazz is the first car in the range to use a single wide-view camera, rather than a camera and radar setup. This new system delivers improved recognition technology, enabling improved road boundary and distance perception. The range of safety features is increased compared to the current model, including adaptive cruise control, intelligent speed limiter, lane keeping assist system, traffic sign recognition, and auto high beam headlights. The performance of the collision mitigation brake system is extended and is now capable of recognizing oncoming traffic when turning. It can also recognize crossing pedestrians or even bicycles at night and will give a warning and perform braking if necessary. The road departure mitigation system has also been extended to now detect road edges like grass. Now we move on to talk about improvements in the passive safety systems of Jazz. The body frame of Jazz has been made more rigid by increasing the amount of high-strength steel. The use in particular of ultra-high-strength steel of over 900 megapascals has doubled from 9% to 18%. The result is a frame that has improved performance in collisions compared to the current model. Another aspect that has seen improvements is the airbag system. New Jazz now incorporates 10 airbags in total. And for the first time, this includes new intelligent side airbags to protect rear occupants and a front center airbag system designed to reduce injuries to front occupants in side-on collisions. The fourth and final area to cover is drivetrain and chassis technology. In Europe, the all-new Jazz will be offered solely with a two-motor hybrid called eHEV. It consists of a fuel-efficient 1.5-litre Atkinson cycle petrol engine with an amazing thermal efficiency of 40.5% and two electric motors. One motor mainly operates as a generator and the other one mainly as a propulsion motor. The propulsion motor gives a maximum output of 80 kilowatts and 253 newton meters of torque. The performance figures are mentioned here on the right-hand side. All powertrain components have a highly compact design in order to incorporate the eHEV technology into the Jazz and to achieve a system layout that doesn't compromise on the car's versatility, which was an essential aspect of the concept. The result is no impact on rear load space or the versatility of the magic seats, a trademark feature of the Jazz. Here is a simplified illustration of how the components are configured. The engine is connected to the generator and the wheels are connected to the propulsion motor. Between the engine and wheels there is a clutch. This means they are mechanically disconnected. The engine-driven generator creates electric power and feeds it directly to the propulsion motor, a clear difference between this system and a range extender. Whilst this is happening, the battery can be charged by the generator or it can provide additional power to the propulsion motor respectively. The eHEV does not have any kind of gearbox whatsoever. This minimises mechanical friction within the system. This is the basic system operation that we call the hybrid drive mode, where the engine-driven generator is providing the primary energy for propulsion. The engine is completely decoupled from the wheels, and engine speed and load solely depends on the amount of required electric drive power. If driving conditions allow, the electric drive power can be provided completely from the battery. In that case, the engine is shut off and the Jazz is running in EV drive mode with zero tailpipe emission. And at higher speeds, when from an efficiency point of view, it would be beneficial to drive the wheels directly with the engine, the system can close the lock-up clutch to activate engine drive. Also, here the battery can be charged at the same time, or assist power can be provided to the propulsion motor to control engine operation and to ensure optimal fuel efficiency. Here we are looking at an efficiency map of the engine, where the lighter colours denote better fuel efficiency. The reason why the eHEV system is so fuel efficient is that it can operate the engine in its most fuel efficient condition for more of the time compared to a conventional engine. You can see the comparison with a traditional petrol engine with manual transmission on the left-hand side. For the eHEV, the amount of charge and assist power to and from the battery can help to reduce or increase engine load to keep the engine operation in its most fuel-efficient condition as much as possible. The charts show the proportion of time that the eHEV system spends in each mode depending on driving conditions. Of course, this will vary dependent upon real-world conditions, but gives you an idea. In city traffic, you can drive most of the time in EV mode. In extra-urban conditions between 40 to 80 km an hour, still more than half of the time you can run in EV mode. And at higher speeds between 80 and 120 km an hour, direct engine drive is happening for most of the time. At speeds beyond 120 km an hour up to top speed, the car will run in hybrid mode for most of the time. While efficiency is a fundamental benefit of the eHEV system, dynamic performance has also been greatly improved. The new Jazz eHEV shows clear advantages in initial acceleration response and is capable of deploying a high and steady acceleration G-force over a long time. In comparison to a range of class competitors, the Jazz performs best in terms of top speed. All this was made possible by enhancing the performance of the newly developed electric motor in certain specific areas, such as maximum motor speed, reduced friction losses, increased torque efficiency, and of course the torque level of the electric motor, which even exceeds the level of our 1.5-litre turbo engine. The team have also worked hard to deliver a control logic that emphasises a natural and smooth driving feel. When pressing the accelerator pedal, the system initially increases engine load for maximum torque to produce the required electric power with the generator. This is to avoid sudden and busy engine speed increase and improve the feeling of response. To further deliver a natural driving feel, a step-shift control logic provides a natural linear acceleration feel by increasing engine speed alongside vehicle speed to simulate the feel of a multi-gear vehicle. We now move on to share the details of improvements made to the chassis and body. The new Jazz has a variable gear ratio steering system which delivers a good mix of stability and responsiveness. Friction has been reduced on the front suspension to make it work more effectively, resulting in better response and less vibration. At the rear, the rigidity has been increased, and as a result, spring harshness has been reduced to improve stability and ride comfort. Ride comfort, NVH and stability is also improved by increased body rigidity. A 6 to 13% increase in bending and torsional rigidity compared to the current model is achieved by reinforcement at specific locations. Further measures to reduce road noise include a redesigned tailgate, increased use of insulating materials on the floor and around the doors, and additional support around the windscreen. As a result, road noise has been significantly reduced in all low, mid and high frequency ranges, which improves comfortable conversation while driving. Last but not least, seating comfort, one of the key focus points of development. The frame structure of the front seat has been changed from spring to a matte design. A side support frame has been added and the deflection space increased. With these changes, the softness could be improved by applying a 30mm thicker cushion, and a better load distribution could be achieved by supportive mats instead of springs, making seating comfort of the new Jazz comparable to vehicles of a larger class. The softness of the rear seats has also been improved by increased pad thickness, and the shape was optimised to improve pelvis support. This makes seating comfort in the rear comparable to even D-segment cars. So, let me quickly recap the key improvements of the all-new Jazz. Amazing visibility thanks to the new A-pillar design and improved instrument layout. A comfortable ride delivered by newly designed seats both front and rear and improvements to the suspension system. An engaging driving performance thanks to the sophisticated eHEV hybrid system. And ease of use by optimised infotainment, cabin ergonomics and all new connectivity features. All contained within a simple, striking and minimalist design. I hope you can all feel the impact of these improvements during your time with the car. Have a great drive. Thank you.